It's 250 million years before present in the Triassic period. At this time, all the continents were coalesced together, making one big supercontinent called Pangaea. This spot was located between 15 to 20 degrees north of the equator, where we see North Africa today. The Hercynian Mountains lay just to the south. Big seasonal rivers similar to the Indus and the Ganges drain these mountains, carrying sand and gravels north, which we see here today at Roundberry Quarry in Polesworth, Warwickshire. Roundberry Quarry is a privately owned, disused gravel quarry 1.6 kilometres northeast of Polesworth. The owner of the quarry cleaned it of rubbish and scrub back in August of 2020. Most of the quarry consists of yellow sandstone and grey-brown conglomerates. Standing at the entrance on the north side of the quarry. The west side of the quarry is constructed of two man-made terraces. Most of this section consists of buff yellow sands and conglomerates deposited in a fluvial environment. The yellow sands consist of medium frosted sub-rounded to subangular quartz grains in a yellow matrix. They have excellent visual porosity and permeability and dip eastwards at around 22 degrees. At the very top we see a red conglomerate. Its colour is due to the iron oxidation, which is common in hot, arid environments where the sediments have been subaerial exposed for long periods. The large pebbles and cobbles were carried in high-energy rivers during flash floods, being deposited as the energy waned. The red matrix is made up of silts and clays, possibly of Aeolian origin. These red beds dip around 10 to 13 degrees to the south-southeast. Ahead we see a section with overlying concrete steps going upwards to the fields above the quarry. This section is composed of yellow sandstone and gravels. The very top of this section is capped by flagstone, a buff-coloured, very fissile and easily cleaved micaceous sandstone. Its cross-cutting relationship with the underlying beds suggests an overspill onto a previously exposed and eroded part of the braided river system. This sudden drop in energy enabled the finer sediment in suspension to be deposited. This is the only such example seen in this quarry in what was generally a high-energy fluvial system. The dip of these beds is around 30 degrees in an east-southeast direction. The southwest quarry face exposes a cumulative section of around 8 metres. The vertical faces show buff-coloured, current-bedded sandstones interbedded with coarse conglomerates. Bedding lineations show an apparent 23 to 27 degrees south-southeast dip. The pebble beds have a large range in grain size from sand to cobbles and are dominated by brown orthoquartzites with substantial amounts of vein quartz. Significant quantities of silicious metasedimentary pebbles can also be found. Some pebbles exhibit imbrication, indicating the direction of flow. The sandstone matrix within the conglomerate is dominantly yellow with hints of red and is mostly fine-grained. Where the matrix is more brown in colour, it is finer and more clay-rich. The conglomerates are more strongly cemented and more competent than the sandstone beds. Pebble imbrication suggests a transport from an east-southeast direction. The south face of the quarry gives a section view along strike. Because of this, the beds appear to be sub-horizontal. Lineations are wavy as a consequence of the depositional features such as channels.